So today I'm going to go through some handstand push-up work. I'm going to do partial range. So I'm going to show some easier variations starting on a smaller range, and then I'm going to work up to some harder variations going below, ideally way below the normal handstand push-up position. So I'm just warming up now with some normal handstand push-ups. But if you don't have a handstand push-up yet, we could go into partial range. So what's that on my head? So either with your feet against the wall, so I'd go toes to wall, and then just make sure you get that break in the shoulder, elbows go back slightly, kiss the target, come back again. Show control if you're in the freestanding, or just reset your position if you're up against the wall, and then slowly decrease the height. So you could obviously just flip the block over. Do the same till you kiss, come back up again. Just make sure that the feet are going back as the shoulders come forwards, until you get to a height that's at floor, or if you're doing what I'm doing, try and go below that. So I'm doing this today as my workout, and I'm doing L-sit to handstand once I've done this, and also playing with that dynamic muscle up. So for muscle ups, I'm just going to warm up with pullovers and then eccentrics. Okay, then once you've got your floor handstand push-up, you can start working deficit. Again, you could have your toes against the wall, but watch the shoulder position come forwards, feet come backwards. Then I start to come down, touch the target with the forehead, and then try and reverse that back up through the same pathway. Open the shoulders at the top, show control. And then same as before, start to decrease that height of the target. Most people's goal here is to get collarbone or chest to touch the box or the P-bars that you're on. Okay, so this is going to be collarbone or chest to the box. So touch, make contact, and then come back up. And then next rep, I'm going to try and go a little bit deeper to a target that's below that. So this target's going to be a little bit lower than that chest touching. So chest is there, touch. It's not that much lower. So I'm just going to try and go to floor on the next one. Now, when I go deeper than chest touch in the box, I'm going to have to externally rotate to create a bit more space to allow me to go forwards, and probably bring the feet down a little bit lower so it counterbalances my head and shoulders going forwards. So as you can notice, I'm not talking during the rep on that one, because it's getting a little bit harder. Okay, swapping over to L-sit to handstand now. Got to play with the depth and repetitions with this one. So notice the angle when I'm at the bottom of the handstand push-up here, like this, so feet are this way, shoulders are this way, is the same as when I was doing it over there on the deficit. So watch the shoulder position and the feet. So there's that position. And then as I come up, I open the shoulders at the top. Then on the way back down, shoulders come forwards, feet come backwards. And I just transition through to the L-sit. Okay, so I'm only getting around 4 on these muscle ups. So what I'm going to try and do now is make it even more efficient, less strength, more technique, and try and be straighter arms as I come up. I always struggle with this. I start to pull too early. So see if I can keep my arms straighter. That's the goal. See if I can get 5 reps this time instead of 4 and fail. All right, free and fail. Maybe I'm too old for this. Now, if you don't have the freestanding handstand push-up, you could start to play with the crow variation, and again, you could work the height. So if you look at the height my head is, let's turn the hat around, hello, let's get rid of the hat. So see the distance my head is from the floor, and I can push up from there into handstand. Now, obviously there's a balance aspect there, so you could have the wall behind you and you could put your foot on the wall if you don't have the balance yet. You could try the eccentric, coming down to a certain depth, but then you could work that target. So I could come here, and now notice the head's gonna come a little bit lower to make contact with the block, and then try and push up from there. It is hard not to put too much weight into the block and get stuck. And then obviously you can just start to get that out of the way and then go down and kiss the floor and use a little bit of momentum with the hips and the shoulders. So you start to get that shoulder coming down, hip coming up, and then push open. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Check out my website, www.paultwyman.com.au, and I'll speak to you next time. Thanks, guys.